Are you in Women on Fire's inner circle as a monthly member yet? If not, this sneak peek is just for you. This September, Women on Fire founder Debbie Phillips interviews Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter Beth Nielsen Chapman on how to discover the healing power of your creativity. Let's listen in.
So Mandy Pratt, she's from Boise, Idaho. She asks, Beth, what are some of your rituals that help you to be inspired and creative?
Well, I have rituals to reset my jets, to focus my energy to opening into that field of possibilities. And I, stress this to people that come to my workshops, is just because I know all these things that I spout about, how creativity is like oxygen, doesn't mean that I just sit down at the piano and go boom and every day.
Although
is a
I
great
just saw
song.
you do that a few minutes ago, and it was beautiful.
But sometimes you just have a day where nothing's coming through. And the thing that I like to do is I call those days of weightlifting in the gym of creativity. Mm-hmm. So I visualize it in a different way. I define it differently. So it's like I didn't just waste 2 hours and not come up with anything. I just stayed put and stayed present and played and fooled around and noodled around. And I just didn't happen to think anything that came through was something I was dying to finish. But showing up and doing that is in and of itself like, you run a marathon, you train for the marathon. That's a training day. That's a day where I showed up. And Mike Reed, who was my assistant teacher at my last workshop, he said a wonderful thing. He said, how would you feel if you had a friend and you booked lunch with them and then they didn't show? And then, they'd call you later. Oh, I'm sorry, I had things and blah, blah, blah. Let's do dinner on Friday. And then you book a dinner and then they don't show. And I'm really sorry, And he said, so if you don't show up enough times, you stop showing up for that person. You're just going to be like, I'm sorry, I got other fish to fry. And that's really kind of what happens with the creative spirit. It needs to be cultivated. It needs to be loved and given space to happen. And so one of the things that takes that space up is the thought.
To hear more, sign up for your Women on Fire monthly membership before the end of this month. You only have a couple more days to receive the full interview from the clip you just heard, personalized coaching materials, and tons more. Register today at womenonfire.com/membership.